I'm hearing you wear your scars beautifully. So, somebody that you are connected with energetically, emotionally, romantically, sees a lot of strength in you, a lot of bravery for things that you've been through in your past, which it feels like you've not shared with them. It's like closed chapters of your past that, in some sort of way, have led to a level of resilience and strength inside of you that is very obvious to this person, either in terms of like you carry the weight of certain things you don't speak about very gracefully, or ways in which you've had to kind of like move forward and reinvent yourself in the aftermath of circumstances that have fallen apart. And you may feel that you're struggling or you're just getting by, or that it's like difficult in some way. It's hard to hold your head high, and yet this person sees a lot of strength within that. You do that very gracefully and in a way that inspires them. This can also relate to like efforts that they have made to be kind, to be tender towards you, and they've noticed that there's almost like a freeze response, like a deer in the headlights, where you've either sort of shut them out, you've been kind of like awkward, you've not known how to respond to that, you've questioned that in some sort of way. You've been the one to kind of like redirect the connection, or maybe you're someone that has a hard time taking compliments. And this person feels that this isn't just like some kind of flaw in you, but that someone taught you somewhere along the line that like you weren't worthy, or you weren't good enough, or there was something broken or flawed or fractured within you. And they see the absolute opposite. They see somebody who is a pillar of strength. They see somebody who is full of grace, who is full of poise, who is full of beauty, precisely because you struggle at times to give love and to receive love. And so you've awakened a part of this person that wants to be very tender with you, wants to be very gentle with your emotional well-being. Something where they already might have kind of sensed, I feel like I'm coming on too strong. But instead of just pulling back or, sort of fumbling the situation, this is somebody that is feeling that this is like an opportunity for them to kind of show a side of themselves to you in this moment, in this situation, and moving forward, where they're kind of shifting into this position of being a good receiver for you, focusing on being an active listener, not trying to press too much to kind of get you to come out of your shell in some sort of way. There's a sense of this person just wants to hug you, wants to hold you, wants to be the shoulder that you cry upon, but they don't want to like push you to confide in them, or to trust in them, or to, step outside of your comfort zone in any sort of way, because there's something where they can almost sense like you've been through a lot, or you've been through enough. And what you need is a gentle love. What you need is a compassionate person. And so this is something that it feels like they are not even looking at that as a challenge, but it's almost like, yes, I will take on that role. You don't have to ask me. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to adjust the way that I am interacting with you or showing up with you, so that together we can kind of like breathe through this experience where I can tell you're into me and you know that I'm into you. But every time we reach a certain level of honesty or intimacy with one another, you close up. And I'm not just going to look at that as your fault, but that's an invitation for like, okay, like I'm here, baby. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to hold space. I'm not going to take that personally. I'm going to demonstrate to you a consistency as far as romance is concerned, or a level of empathy within a romantic partner that may have been very absent in other people that you dealt with in life and in romance. This person feels that this is part of an opportunity to take on the role of almost like a provider at this point. But instead of like giving of material things, or, kind of like compliments, time, and affection, it's kind of like, I'm going to give of you this sort of flexible and yet very certain stance inside of myself so that you have a comfortable place to lean into, so that when you can untense, you can unclench yourself. It's not just stepping into the unknown, but it's into my arms that you will come. We have bat. So this person is trying not to let their imagination run wild, and that feels like it brings forth a lot of anger, a lot of rage within this person. The idea that somebody painted a very ugly picture of love and romance for you at one point in time that has led to not just discernment, not just cautiousness, but where they're seeing that you probably experienced like a very toxic relationship, maybe a toxic marriage, a series of toxic relationships that weren't just kind of like, okay, that hurt emotionally, but like things might have happened that really sort of made you question your own intuition and like the people you were choosing to involve yourself with. Or you might have gone through things in romance or even in life in general that has made it hard for you to become very comfortable in the presence of another person, or very comfortable in romance. Like they see you as somebody that is seeking romance. You're putting yourself out there, your heart's open. You've connected with this person. They have a great time with you. They like you, they love you. But there's a threshold of kind of like, there's a wall that they just can't get beyond. And they know that it's not brute force that is going to kind of bring them beyond that, because there's almost a sense of it might have been brute force, literally or metaphorically, that caused that wall to go up in the first place around your heart. And so this is somebody that it feels like they don't want to pry, they don't want to ask, but there's a sense of like deep anger towards anyone that would have not just broken your heart, but created some sort of like an ugly impression that like people can't be trusted, or you can't be trusted to kind of like choose right partners, that you can't be trusted in the direction that like your heart leads you, that you've always kind of got to bring logic into it or remain very kind of like grounded or alert. It's kind of like sleep with one eye open energy is kind of how this person is experiencing something. So maybe something's happened between the two of you recently, or you've reached a place where you're just kind of like, I'm not comfortable with like progressing forward. And it's not that this person is being too pushy or overstepping boundaries. This may be something that is like triggered within, like a wound, like a shadow that was triggered within you, almost a sense of things are going really well, and it maybe brought up some painful memories of times and other circumstances where things didn't, which should be a source of gratitude. Like, thank God I've found someone that's totally the opposite of everyone that I've known. But in order to get to that place, it's like you're almost having to have these flashbacks or relive those experiences from the past, or maybe there's been something that's reminded you of this, or it's like an unfinished saga. Maybe you have kids with a previous person and it was a very toxic relationship, and so you're still having to deal with that individual. Or there's like things that have developed with people that you are no longer in contact with, but you were at one point in time romantically involved with, that have brought a bunch of like painful memories swimming to the surface. Or this may even just be a gatekeeper to stepping fully into this new experience of love with a very different kind of person, as you have to sort of walk through that valley of the shadows in order to come out the other side and experience the light of something different, something very transcendent. And so anything you've shared with this person about that, it's like they want to be a listening ear. They want to make sure that it's okay to confide in them. But there's a sense of almost like anger, or even in some cases like hatred, for people that have caused like emotional wreckage within you, because they see you as a very precious person. You should never have been made to feel that you're hard to love, or that love is a scary experience. So it feels like this person's trying to like channel or transmute that feeling of like a sacred rage within them, like a protective energy. You've activated the protector in this person. They're trying to kind of like transmute that into something that, I can show up for you in the here and now. I can show you a different kind of experience that will help you to ease beyond that sense of almost flinching when things get too beautiful between us, or stepping back when it gets too close. Something that you might have almost thought of, or even other people you tried to date might have been like, oh, it's avoidant tendencies, or maybe you were dealing with an avoidant in the past, and it's kind of like aspects of that are now sort of manifesting in you and how you're showing up in this situation. But this person, it feels like, is not deterred by that. They're not sort of like looking at it as a turn off and like, oh, let me move the other direction because this sucks, this is horrible. This is somebody that is like, wow, okay, somebody clearly, or many people clearly, like gave you a very bad experience as far as love is concerned. So I've got two choices. I can either leave because it's a little more difficult, or I can step up and work with you to try and move beyond that into a place where I don't just tell you I'm a safe person, but I show you that because I'm showing up in this darkest hour and like holding space for you to ease into this, to trust yourself enough to trust me, to trust this, to trust us. We also have frog. So it feels like this is somebody that is putting a lot of importance on things that they say to you at this point in time. This is somebody, it feels like, that is going to make a point to make certain promises and actually deliver upon those. Things that aren't just like lofty or long-term goals, but things like very immediately in the here and now, so that there's a sense of, you understand, I'm somebody who's willing to go the distance for you. I'm showing up for you, not just when times are good, but also when times are difficult. You may be having a hard time right now, a lot of stress, a lot of concerns, especially if there's something unresolved with an ex, for example, that's, kind of got you bent out of shape at this point. This person, this other person, this new person that you're dealing with right now, this is something where, again, it's like sort of channeling or transmuting that anger, that frustration into kind of like, let me help to ease your burden in other ways. Let me cook you dinner. Let me give you a back rub. Let me take us out for ice cream just because. Let me, let you watch what you want on TV, and I'll kind of just like watch my shows later. Let me go out of my way to make you feel seen and to make you feel celebrated. Let me open up about things emotionally, wants, desires, fears, circumstances from my past, and then keep showing up for you in the here and now as the version of me that you've come to understand, that you've come to trust, that you've come to love, that you've come to have affection for. Let me demonstrate that I'm not just kind of like good in the material for you, but I also want to, make sure that I'm here within the emotional realm as well. Like, I'm not afraid of these deep emotions. I'm not afraid of these deep talks. I'm not afraid of your dark side. We also have shark. Yeah, so this is somebody that is willing to go the distance to see this portion of your connection through. This is somebody that doesn't want to back out of the connection with you. This is somebody that doesn't like see this aspect of something that's been triggered in you, and it's like that warning sign for them to move off in the other direction. This is somebody, it feels like, that is only looking at the future as far as you are concerned. This is somebody that wants to hold your hand even tighter at this particular point in time, because they see that you're somebody who has maybe had to figure a lot of things out on your own. You've had to go it alone for a while, or whatever this is that has kind of like left these scars within you, left this residue within you, left these trust issues within you that have now come to the surface for obvious reasons, or just, were triggered from your shadow, from your subconscious at this time, that this person is like, I can hold space for that too. I'm not judging you. This is almost like an invitation for this person to love you in a deeper way than they have before. Kind of like, I'm here now in your life, and this is coming up for a reason. It feels right for me to be the person that helps to show you something different as far as an experience of love. So you don't just have only those emotional scars to look at, but that there's something beautiful to look at as well. Something that's beyond what you've experienced. And we also have camel. So it feels like this person, for the time being, they're going to put a lot of their emotional needs on the back burner. Your top priority for them. Your wellness, your happiness, your reassurances, your peace of mind. This is all something that's very important for them. This is somebody it feels like that's going to start to ask a lot more about how are you feeling? How was your day? Is there anything that I can do? Is there anything that you want to talk about? Is there anything that you want to know about me? It's like they're going to cover the full range of possibilities to kind of like show you that they're here in an emotional capacity in a full spectrum sense. Not just when times are good and you're enjoying one another's company, but that they are somebody that you can, be in almost like a wasteland experience with. And they're still good. They're still good to be your partner. They're still good to show up. This is something that it may be a very different level of reciprocity than you have experienced before, a very healing experience for the two of you. For this person to show up in this way and for you to have someone to show up in this way, it feels like it's something that, brings a lot of like hope and promise to them, kind of like, this is something that will create strength between the two of us. It's not something that will divide us. It will make us closer. Yeah, and we also have lizards, so it feels like this person is going to shed a version of themselves that you have seen up to this point in time. This is almost like the superhero comes out energy, so this person may like really go the distance to show up for you, to try to create a very beautiful or wonderful experience. They're like the hero that saves the day. Maybe there's something that they can do to help you in your circumstances if you're having drama or you're dealing with people. This may also just be something where in the midst of all of that, or even kind of the memories or the flashbacks that you're struggling with, that this person kind of goes above and beyond to hold space for you, not just to figure that out on your own, but it's kind of like, I'm here to save the day while you are saving the day for yourself. Something that reveals a side of this person that it feels like has a lot of good qualities to it that might almost be something that you didn't know you were looking for in terms of like a long range partner or a forever partner, or like a future spouse. But the way this person shows up, it's like, wow, this is a really quality human being. They didn't have to like go to these lengths or to this extent to kind of like make me feel good. This might even just be something where like your mood's off and they're sensing that, or like you're internalizing a lot of things. And this person is sort of anticipating that, and they're making certain adjustments in the material world, not like, oh, let me back off and give you your space, but let me come in closer and we'll try to figure this out together. We also have spiders. So this is somebody, again, that does not fear your dark side. They see you as somebody that they want to build a life with. They want to build a future with. They want to work through whatever this is right now that you're going through. They want you to know that you are not alone, that they are here as a co-creator, as a partner for you through thick and thin. This is somebody that envisions a future with you, or they've made promises to be in a relationship with you, to be in a partnership with you, to show up for you. And it's like, now I get to put my money where my mouth is. Now is when it counts. Not when everything's great, not when everything's going our way, but when one of us is having a hard time, I'm going to be there to pick up the slack. It doesn't just have to be 50-50. Or you don't have to be the only one doing all the heavy lifting, as may have been the case in previous partnerships. Or like you've shown up for perhaps this person at an earlier phase of your interactions with one another. That it's kind of like, now you get to see that this is somebody that is good, that is somebody who, is there through thick and thin. That isn't just going to say, oh yeah, I believe in reciprocity or loyalty, or, when I make a promise, I like to keep it. And, I don't kind of enter into situations lightly. It's sort of like if they've said all those things, or it's been implied, you're about to see that in action in terms of the ways that they show up for you, fix what they can, help you fix things, come up with solutions, sit there with you even while you're processing your emotions or unclenching from sort of a fear of the closeness between the two of you. A fear of the future. You may be somebody that is now in a position of like, is this too good to be true? That might have come on very suddenly. Something that sort of sprung up out of the shadow from previous circumstances you were in, where it seemed great and then the rug got pulled out from under you. Whatever the reasoning is, wherever that has come from, it feels like this person isn't going to try to pry. They're not going to like, what's going on? What did I do? Where did this come from? They're not going to give you a hard time. It's kind of just like, okay, this is the situation right now. Let's breathe through this. This is the situation right now. Let's find a way through. This is the situation right now. I'm here for you. Oh, and by the way, I'm still here for you. Yeah, still, I'm here for you. So it feels like this will be something that helps you to understand this is a real bond that you share with this person, and this is something that tightens that bond between the two of you. Yeah, we've also got unicorns. So they see you as very rare, very exceptional, very special. They consider you the one, or that, you know, this is an honor to kind of do this for you, to show up for you in this way, to have the opportunity to kind of show you this side of them, this version of love, what love should be like, what partnership should be like. I'm hearing I'd do anything for you. So this is a new level of loyalty. This is something where you're almost going to feel like you found the unicorn, you found the golden egg, you know, you found kind of the rare treasure, in terms of like a comparison to past partners that maybe couldn't be bothered when things got, you know, messy for you. Or maybe they themselves contributed to creating the mess in your life, or emotionally speaking. This is somebody that helps to kind of undo that damage, in the sense that they show you an experience that kind of templates something inside of you that says there's more than just kind of like karmic connections that I've had. Like, there are different kinds of people that are going to be drawn towards me. I attract in something other than just heartbreaks and lessons, and I have that right now. Somebody that is the opposite of a heartbreak, is the opposite of a lesson. Yeah, and we also have dragons. So you have awakened something within this person that is like, this is the opportunity, this is the moment for me to show up, to provide, to protect, to not wait until you're asking for help, or, you know, asking permission to kind of be a messy version of yourself, or you're having to say sorry because things are difficult, or because you're having a hard time. This is something where this person wants you to understand, like, they treasure you. They treasure this connection, the good times and the bad times, and they will protect what they treasure, which is your heart, which is your peace of mind, which is your well-being. And it feels like the best way that they can figure to do that at this point is to invest in consistent ways in showing you, like, I'm here. I am showing up, even when it's not easy, even when you don't open up to me, even when you push me away. Even when things are chaotic or painful or difficult on your side of the equation, I'm here. I'm here as the strong, silent presence. I'm here as your cheerleader. I'm here as your advocate. I'm here as the doer when things need to get done. This is somebody that is about to show you, like, they were a good choice for a partner. They were a good choice to invest with. This is a really good person, and it feels like they're good for your well-being, like emotional well-being, good for your mental health. They're good for your life. They're good for right now, and this is somebody that's really good for the future. So those are your messages. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. Like or comment to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link for that below. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.